Hello, everybody. Let me know when you can hear me. We're live. Post in the chat when you can hear me and see me. How are you guys tonight? Oh, you guys must be in a commercial. Everybody's in the chat. Perfect. Hello, everyone. If I can spell everyone right. Hello, Tori. How are you? Yes, have fun at your retreat, Tori. All right. Tori, you said yay. I'm the first one to say hi. Hello, Pamela. How are you? All right. We have Pamela and Tori in the chat. We have Sarah from Fredericksburg, Texas. Hello, Sarah. Oh, you guys are talking about the weather. Some of you are getting some pretty extreme weather soon, so that's not fun. Let me know when you can hear me and see me. Okay, perfect. You can hear me and see me. Hello, Bethany. Hello, Kaylin. Hey, Corey. How are you? Hey, Karen. Oh, my goodness. Everybody's popping in. There's 31 of you. Ah! Perfect. You guys can all hear me. That is great. You know, I always worry about that because I never want to be on here and you can't hear me and I'm just moving my mouth, but nothing is coming out. Hello, Krista. Hello, Rose. Hello, Katie. Hello, Michelle. Oh, it's so exciting. Are you guys so excited for tonight? I'm so excited. So excited to get month 3 kicked off. Can you believe we're already on month 3? That's just so crazy. I feel like we just started this block of the month. Michelle said, so excited to get my pastel prairie box. Yes, soon. We're actually going to be cutting the fabric soon. We almost have everything we need, and then we're going to be packing all the boxes with all the goodies. I actually even snuck a little bit more extra things in there for you. I was like, it's just not enough. I want more, more, more. So I'm actually waiting on that to come in the mail, and then we're ready to cut and ready to pack. But it does take a while to pack those boxes. And first of all, it takes a while to cut all of the fabric that's going in the box. So I'm hoping and aiming for the end of March. I'm hoping to start packing by March 23rd. And hopefully by the end of the week, we will be all finished and we can ship out your boxes because I know you're waiting on them. I know you're waiting on them. Hello, Kim, how are you? I saw your name and my eyes are starting to go blurry and I thought it said kind of awesome. Kim, I thought your name was at kind of awesome. Well, you are kind of awesome, but that's what I was like, hold on, who's kind of awesome? That's Kim Dawson. I don't know how I almost said that, but oh, wow. Okay. Is it Lila Harvey from Ontario? Oh my goodness. And Shelly, hello. And Krista. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. So as more people hop in the chat, just say hello so we know you're here and I can say hi. But I'm so excited that you guys are on our call tonight. I know at least here it's a little chilly outside, but we're already into baseball season. First of all, my son made the varsity and JV team, and we have been busy every single weeknight, sometimes on the weekends, but every single weeknight we've either been at a game or my son has had a practice. And so I today wrote all of his schedule for JV and varsity. He won't play all of the games. He'll just play one or the other. But I wrote them all in my planner so that I could work around all of our fun things that we're doing and trying to schedule things for you. So that was very challenging, especially when every day of the week is gone for baseball. But I wouldn't want it any other way. I've enjoyed watching him out on the field. He has had a little bit of a shoulder injury recently. And so he hasn't been able to pitch, which is his number one position that he loves. He loves to go pitch. But he's been playing a little bit of shortstop, which has been great, and some second, kind of going back and forth on JV and varsity. So he's clear to pitch, but we're kind of just holding out a little longer so we can make sure his shoulder is fully healed. So yes. Okay, who is EBH323? I want to thank you. Thank you so much. You said congratulations to your son. Oh no, I'm going to miss going to my kids' games. Oh, all grown up now. Yeah, I only probably have about 3 years left of high school ball. And that kind of makes me sad that he's going to be done with it. in about 3 years. And so I'm hanging on by a thread to every single game and every single thing he's doing. It's just so fun to watch all of them grow up and all of his little teammates. They're all so cute. And it's funny because when I think about him being on JV or varsity, all of those kids looked so much bigger and older when he was like 5 or 10. And now he's there with them. And I'm like, y'all all look so small. How are you seniors in high school? It's just the funniest thing. Yes, Krista, time does fly. So we cherish it all. Yes, yes. Pamela, future college baseball player. Well, that would be really cool. I think that's his goal. We will see. Let's see. All right. Hello, Janet. How are you? We've got Janet. We've got some awesome things to talk about tonight, but we're going to go ahead and kick it off. And don't forget, say hi as you join. But I wanted to start with a question. How is your weather? How is your weather? So we just had some amazing weather for about 2 weeks where it was 75s and 80s. And then yesterday we had a pretty big, or was it yesterday? Yeah, Thursday we had a pretty big rainstorm. And now it's freezing again. It's like 60, which, okay, is not freezing. For most of you, that would be amazing. But I got so used to seeing the 80s and the 70s, and now it's 60. I'm like, oh, it's time for a sweatshirt again. And it was so cold at my son's baseball game last night. I had his old comforter was a twin size that I made him that said, there's no plate like home. And it had a home plate with 24. Man, was I not all cuddled up in the bleachers with that? And, halfway over my head, just like that. It was so cozy. Oh, goodness. Okay, Krista said 75 in Arkansas. Okay. Shelly says 5 to 6 inches in Wisconsin. Oh, my goodness. You can keep that snow. I don't want any of that snow. I'm sure you're also like, I don't want it either by now. You guys are ready for spring, I bet, right? Like you're like, okay, winter can be done now. I'm ready to see all the flowers and have all of the spring. Oh my goodness. Kaylin got 6 inches of wet, heavy snow last night and are expecting anywhere from 10 to 30 plus inches. Oh my goodness. Okay, Aline. Okay, so EBH323 is Aline. Okay, and your weather is also unreasonably warm in Reno, Nevada. Yes. Okay. Homebody Patty, that is Patty. She said today was beautiful. We are having flowering trees bloom, and this weekend a deep freeze. Isn't that annoying? So annoying. So over it. But a lot of you look like you're either getting snow or you're starting to warm up, which is great. Great. Okay, we're actually starting, all of our flowers have started blooming everywhere in our yard. And you know that I just moved. So I have no idea what's out there. Like stuff is popping up through the ground. I'm like, oh, you're so cute. You're cute. Like these little purple flowers, I have no idea what they are just coming out of nowhere. We've got azaleas. I think we got hydrangeas starting to, the leaves are starting to come up, not bloom. But like, I'm like, ooh, what else is going to come? What are those yellow flowers? They're daffodils. They're daffodils, right? They popped up everywhere out of nowhere. And I was like, this is so cool. I'm so excited to see what else pops up because I would love to plant like a bunch of different bulbs in the areas I know they're not popping up. So I keep taking pictures of different areas in my yard to see like what is popping up in that season so that I know what not to like put and kind of mess that up. But I would love to plant like a ton of tulips everywhere in my yard. I think that would be so pretty, so pretty. Oh, Rose asked, was your baseball pattern designed because of your son? It depends on which one. So Baseball Star, yes, we designed that one together. But there's no plate like home. I just designed that back in like 2018. Not really designed it. I took the Moda, Spell It with Moda book that they made with all the different letters, and I just kind of just winged. I didn't know about design, so I just like winged it and made it look nice. But anyway, okay, I wanted to talk really quick because I talked last time about QuiltCon. Do you guys remember me talking all about QuiltCon in our last live? Well, I went to QuiltCon. It was in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I had the best time. And I wanted to talk just really briefly about it and show you all the fun things that I made or went a little overboard on because I kind of went a little overboard on the Duckadilly booth which carries Liberty fabric. So I thought I would show you that. But we started off, I went with my friend and I roomed with her. You may know her. Her name is Cheryl Bricky from Meadow Mist Designs. She actually lives about probably 45 minutes away from me. And we connect every so often. And she was teaching at QuiltCon. She teaches electric quilt, and so she taught a bunch of classes. She's like, Heather, I'm going, let's go. And I'm like, okay, let's go. We did that a few years ago in Atlanta, and so I always love rooming with her because she's so awesome, and I love hearing about all the things she's doing, and we don't get to catch up very often. So we drove 4.5 hours together. That was amazing. We chatted the entire way. She joked and was like, how am I going to teach now because I'm going to have no voice from talking? I'm like, me too, but I don't have to teach. So that was good. But I started off with kind of just going down on the vendor floor, checking out the quilts and all the booths. And of course, Moda was there. And so I sat in the booth and they were demonstrating how to make English paper piecing. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Don't leave. I have to show you. Somewhere. I know I had it. Uh-oh. I think I lied. Oh. It was going to be so cool. Okay, anyway, they were demonstrating this new thing that paper pieces. If you do English paper piecing, you know, with the paper pieces, there is a brand called Paper Pieces. And that's what I use to do all of my English paper piecing. But what they came out with now is if you do the glue basting method, it's like a little foldable template. So you lay your hexagon, you put your strip of glue, and then you fold, like your fabric folds over with the little template. It looks like a little flower. I wish I could find it because it'll make more sense if I show it. But you probably checked out Moda's pictures on social media, and you can go back to them to kind of see what I'm talking about. But they were demonstrating how to use that new little tool, the little cardboard tool, in order to use English paper piecing. And it's like no sticky fingers. Like, you know what I'm talking about. If you make English paper piecing hexagons and you glue based, you get all the glue on your fingers, and you don't. And so that was really cool. So I sat in the booth and helped them do that a little bit. I walked around a ton. I kind of window shopped. So I went through every booth and was like, yep, I want that. I want that. I want that. And then I had to remember to go back and get it, which I didn't mostly remember. But I had so much fun. But you guys know that I also took some classes, and I wanted to show you some things that I made. So really quick, before we hop into the quilt room stuff for month 3, I took a couch stitching class. And if you remember last time, I was like, I didn't know what couch stitching meant. I thought we would either stitch on a couch or sit on a couch and stitch, right? In the description, it just said, sit back, have a relaxing time learning to couch stitch. And I was like, perfect, check, I'll do it. Well, you remember, I was like, oh, I actually need materials and this is an actual thing. But guys, look what I made. I couch stitched for the first time ever. I took the class with Karen Lewis. You might know her too. She's a fabric designer and pattern designer and does a lot of handwork. But look at what I made. So this wasn't the first piece I made. I won't show you my practice piece because it wasn't good. But couch stitching, all it is you take a thicker thread or a thicker floss or yarn, and you basically draw with it, but you tack it down with a thinner or maybe one thread of DMC instead of like 6, and you tack it down. So I'm going to try to show this up close. See if you can see. Can you kind of see it a little bit? Probably not. But I drew one of my flowers that I always draw in my fabric design. So I thought that was so cool. And she loved it. She took a picture with me and I put it on social media so you can see it. But this was my little flower of couch stitching. Now it's not on a couch. That's okay. I guess I could sew it to a couch, but I think it's super cute. I thought about framing it or turning it into something. She turns these things into different quilts and things like that, or like a mug rug or something. So isn't that cute? It's so cute. You guys love it. Thank you. Oh, I did great. Thank you so much, Kathy. I tried. It was a late class. So most of my classes were from 6 to 9. And if you can imagine, after walking around all day and talking to all your friends and going to lunch, you're just kind of pooped. And you're like, oh, why did I sign up for this class? But it was so good to just sit and just stitch and not have to like think. Because I'm like, it wasn't very hard. I just drew out what I wanted it to look like. and I just had to pick the colors, and then I could just like sit there and tack that top thread down. So that was fun. Okay, now my favorite class was a 9 to 4:30 class. That one you had to think. And that one I was like, oh, I don't think I'll do this again, but I actually am. I loved it. So I took a needle turn applique class, and this is what I made. So I took it with Barbie Mitchell. She is a prolific needle turn appliquer. I don't know if there's a word for that, but she does amazing needle turn applique, and I've always wanted to learn. I know how to do it the way that like Eleanor Burns or Lori Holt does it, and I was like, I don't really love it. If I'm going to do handwork, I want it to all be by hand, and I don't have to like prep it on the sewing machine and sew the interfacing and turn it inside out and iron it. I just want to stitch. And so I'm kind of looking forward to doing more of this, but I did this flower all needle turn. Now I got to press it. It's kind of wrinkly, but I mean, it's okay, right? So it was funny. She had a ton of templates she gave us, and everybody around me was like having so much fun. I mean, doing elaborate designs. I mean, like flowers going this way and flowers going this way and like words. And I was like, I need my computer. Like, I need to draw this out to like make sure it's going to work. And I didn't have it. And so I was like struggling to like compositionally put something together. And finally I was like, okay, I've got to just do a flower. So I just started with my stem, and then I made the flower, and I love it. It's cute. I thought about turning, like cutting it and making it a quilt block and like putting it with some patchwork in a quilt. I thought that would be cute, but I just thought I would show you everything I learned. I'm trying to get better about this year. One of my New Year's resolutions was do more things that necessarily might not be for work, but more for fun. Because when you're a designer in this business, you don't always have enough time to sew for fun or really make anything really other than work stuff. And so I've been trying to do more things that will bring me out of my box, get me doing and sewing more. And that was so fun. So, you know, in my new fabric collection, Handmade Sweetness, which I'm going to show tonight, there's an applique pattern, and I'm actually about to start making it. And I'm thinking of doing needle turn, but also you could also do the other method as well. So I hope you loved seeing that. Some other things that were really exciting is there were several Moda designers there. I was there. Amy was there from Chrissy Lux. She's a new designer. You might know her. She was there with a booth. Robin Pickens was there, and her daughter. I love her daughter, and I met her new future son-in-law and her partner, and it was so great. And then Jen Kingwell was there. So you guys know Jen Kingwell. She's prolific in handwork as well, and I got to sit in her booth for like 30 minutes next to her, and I was like, this is so fun. And we took pictures, but she was there promoting her new books. So I got both of them, and she signed them for me. So I got signed books. Look, oh, so fun. So you know how you guys get giddy when I like sign your stuff or do anything? I also get giddy getting signatures from other designers. It's so special. But I have been looking through these books all the time, and I absolutely, there's the signature there. I absolutely am loving some of these quilts. They're so scrappy, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do them, but I want to try. There's so many curves, and I'm like, I need to try it. So if you've done curved before, you know what I mean. It's kind of intimidating. It's really intimidating. But, okay, some of you love applique. I'll finish up on showing you my Liberty haul. Do you guys know Liberty of London, Liberty fabric? I'm obsessed with it, and I usually only purchase it every couple of years because I go a little overboard. So look at all of these Liberty fabrics I got. Look. I mean, I had fun. Look at that. So they had like a whole lot of pre-cut fat quarters rolled up, looking so gorgeous in these little tubs standing up. And you could get like some for however much. And I wasn't paying attention, and I kind of just was like, I like you. I like you. I like you. And this booth was so packed that like you're like this, right? Like I'm like this holding my fabric because I'm like, I don't want to drop it. Somebody's going to take it. And like you're shoulder to shoulder, it was color coded. So it went from like grays and blacks, whites, creams, like all the way through the rainbow. So you get in a line and you're like, oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like that one. And you just kept going. And then you're done. You're like, oops, and there's nowhere to count any of it. Nowhere. And so I'm like, well, I guess it's coming home. So I went a little overboard, but you guys, I don't do this often. Yes, it is Tana lawn, all of it. This is actually my stash of Liberty. I have a little bit of yardage in there that I've purchased, some cute little squares, because one day Heather is going to make a really pretty quilt, super scrappy with all this Liberty fabric. But yeah, I have all these different things. Maybe in 10 years, I'll have enough to do something, but I probably have enough to do something, but I want it to be super scrappy. Okay. Yes. So that was my, is my Liberty tote, my Liberty haul. It was funny. After I got done purchasing all this, my husband's in my business emails because he helps answer them. She's like, we'll just send your receipt via email. I was like, okay. 5 minutes later, wow, you had some fun, didn't you? I was like, yep, he doesn't care. But I was like, dang it, caught, super caught. Yeah, anyway, that was so fun. I loved QuiltCon. If you have ever had a chance to go, you know what I'm talking about. It's so fun. It's actually a public show, meaning anybody in the public. So you don't have to be working in the industry, a designer, fabric designer, anything like that in order to go. And it's once a year. And so this next year, I don't know if they released the dates yet, but in 2027, yes, 2027, it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. And so that's 2 hours away from me. So you better bet I'm going to be there. So if you have time or want to go, you should start planning a trip. It's so fun. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about. Sorry to talk your heads off about QuiltCon, but I just love it. And I loved meeting so many of you. I know so many of you you came and you like texted me like, hey, where are you going to be at? Let's meet. So many of you had so many cool things that you made out of my fabric, which was so cool. I really love that. One super cute girl, I guess she's not a girl, she's a woman. She made a really cute vest out of cottage charm in a bag. And I was like, you made that for me, right? I mean, you can't come up to me wearing the things you made in my fabric and not expect me to want it, right? So you got to make two, one for you, one for me, right? All right. Okay. Yes, Krista said, yeah, I'm hoping to get to go to Atlanta. She's going to try. Tori said, I really want to go. You should. Let's see, Krista, exactly. Okay, everybody's laughing at me. I don't know. I'm feeling extra funny tonight. Okay, let's go ahead and get into why you guys are all here. I just like to add extra fun things or else this will be like 20 minutes and we'll be done. And so I also love to talk, so that helps. I'll just keep talking. But we're going to go ahead and talk about Quilt Room. So I want to know in the chat, how did month 2 go for you? Are you done? Are you finished? So let's talk about month 2. I'm going to show you where month 2 is in the quilt. Month 2 is right above our sewing machine. It is right here. You are making the rulers and you're making the sawtooth stars, your to-do list, and the fun tools at the top. So I want you to post in the chat how month 2 went for you. All right. How'd it go? So, okay. Michaela, I'm done and almost done with month 3. Oh my goodness. And then Beverly finished with month 2, enjoyed it. Janet, oh yay, Atlanta. Yes, Janet. Krista said done with month 2. Kathy said completed month 1 and 2. Corey, month 2 is great. Just finished it this morning. Oh my goodness. Yay. Mary said she's still embroidering. You got this, Mary. You can get it done. You got it. You got it. Awesome. So several of you, or most of you, finished your month 2. Tori, you said you were afraid of the ruler. Okay, what did you do? What did you do instead? Did you do it? Let's see. Okay, all of you are basically done. Pamela, haven't started yet, being sick. I know, Pamela. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you start getting better. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, you guys, this quilt is a breeze, is it not? You guys are knocking it out, posting your progress, and getting it done. This is awesome. I love seeing it. Okay, so I want to know in the chat, what was your favorite block? What did you enjoy making the most? Did you enjoy making the ruler, Tori? Or did you enjoy making those sawtooth stars? Or did you love making the tools? Or maybe you loved putting the to-do list together, which really was only the hand embroidery and like some borders. So let me know what you enjoyed the most about month 2, or what was your favorite block that you did. So ruler was hard. Okay. All right, Shelly, ruler was hard. Let's see. Krista liked the tools. Yeah, those were a little more challenging, probably more challenging than the other blocks in the month. Let's see. Janet said not started on month 2. Janet, what are you waiting for? Awesome. Okay, everybody kind of liked the tools. Okay, the alternate block. Okay, so Linda loved the alternate block. So instead of doing the rulers, there are some pinwheels you could do instead of the rulers. So a lot of you enjoyed making the tools. That's awesome. Okay, Katie said loved seeing the rotary cutter come together. Isn't that fun? Okay, I thought you guys were going to say that you didn't enjoy the tools. Well, maybe those of you that haven't spoken yet did not enjoy it, because my next question for you is, what was the most challenging block or section for you? And I bet a lot of you are going to say the tools, huh? Awesome. Let's see. Rhonda said, love the tool blocks, very challenging. Oh, so you loved them even though they were challenging. That is great. Libby, don't feel bad, y'all. I haven't even started. Libby. Okay, so a lot of you said the rulers were kind of the challenging. The rulers were the longest for me. Was that because you hand embroidered them, or just figuring out what to do made it kind of challenging? Okay, so Linda said the tools were definitely the most challenging, but fun. Yeah. Awesome. So Rhonda, the tools. Okay, Mano, I love the ruler. I hung up my tools upside down after my section was put together. Oh no. That's totally fine. It's your quilt. If you want them upside down, did you fix them? Mano, let me know if you fixed them. Mary, the ruler section was challenging. I'm trying to switch it up and very indecisive. I know. See, I know I'm an indecisive person as well. And so I knew when I gave you so many ideas, I don't know which one I would have picked. So I made it harder on you. Okay, everybody is loving the tools, not loving the ruler. I love the ruler. It's fun, but I could see how you could think it was a little challenging just because especially if you don't hand embroider and still wanted the rulers. I saw some really cool things on the group. I'm going to pull my phone up really quick because so many of you got so creative and went beyond what I even said that you could do. And I'm just blown away, absolutely blown away by the creativity of all of you guys. You're amazing. And I'm like, well, now I want to make another quilt and do that. Some of you put hexagons. Let me see. Let me get to my group really quick because I want to talk about some of the creative things you guys have done, which amazing. Okay, so someone wrote Karen's sewing room on top with a smaller ruler. So cool. One of our winners, I believe, did Tina's quilting room and did like a small ruler, all kind of machine embroidered, which was awesome. Yes, somebody did house plants. It was so cool. You guys are so creative. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but the dark background on this quilt, amazing. I now want to do one with a dark background. I think that might be Ruby Star, maybe. A lot of you did the alternate block, which was perfect. That's why it was there. So if you didn't want to do the okay, this one is funny. Somebody did the rulers, but on the empty space kind of under or next to the small ruler, they wrote quilting forever, housework never. Did you guys see that? It's hilarious. Anyway, you guys got super creative. I loved going through here and approving all your posts and giving you love. It was so cool to see what kind of creative spin that you guys choose to do, always feel free to take liberties. If you don't want to do something, remember, this is your quilt. If you're like, Heather, I do not want to do hand embroidery and there's no other way to do the rulers unless hand embroidery, don't do them. This is your quilt. Don't get frustrated. Remember, do something fun. Add different blocks. Use the alternate block. Wait and see what other people are posting in the group and take their idea. Take their idea and put it in your quilt. Okay. So I also want to encourage you, go, if you're on Facebook, go to the My So Quilty Live Quilty Community private group, and you can see everybody's progress. We've got 2 block of the months going on right now. One is my strawberry year of strawberries block of the month. So you're going to see some of those. And then the other one is this block of the month. So you're going to see a ton of people that are posting all of their progress, which is so fun. Be sure to join that group. It's a lot of fun. Love it. Love it. Okay. So let's talk about month 3. So who's ready to start month 3? Raise your hand. Just kidding. Comment in the group chat. Comment in the group chat. Perfect. All right. So Debbie, haven't started month 2, officially behind, but the whole thing is stretched and cut. Awesome. I think you meant starched, right? Not stretch. Awesome. Yeah. And you're not behind. Remember, all this stuff is still available for you. The only thing that's not are like these lives, which you can go back and watch them, and then the giveaways. Oh, somebody did raise their hand. Okay, perfect. Yay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, Tessa, you are ready. Awesome. Krista's on it. Michelle, I started month 3. All right, Rose, Kathy, and Corey raised their hand. Awesome. Let's see. Michelle, I hope you create trim, it rulers in soft colors. Huh. Well, that's a good idea. Look at you guys giving me ideas. Okay, you guys are ready to start. All right. So you guys realize, though, that the block of the month is now almost over. We're on month 3. There's only month 5. So we're already halfway over. Does that not make you sad? That makes me sad. I was typing my outline and normally I'm like, oh, it's halfway over. I'm like, dang, it's halfway over. So we're halfway done. I feel like in my eyes, the hard part is past us. But we still have month 4 and month 5. So I'll let you decide if you feel like the hard parts are past you yet. But I want to talk about month 3. Let me know if you're ready. Everybody's saying in the chat that they're ready to start, which is awesome. Let me know if you've already made month 3. Shelly, month 3 is done. Yeah, I know also several of you have completely finished your quilts. So that's good. Lillian said almost finished with month 3. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So some of you have started month 3. See, you don't even need my timeline. You guys are like, we don't need this. We're going to keep going, which is awesome. Remember what I tell you, if you have the time to keep going, just keep going. Just keep going, because you're never going to get that momentum back if you stop. So if you have time, please just keep going. You will not offend me for going ahead of schedule. Nobody's going to call the quilt police and be like, you can't do that. We're going to celebrate you and the fact that you have time to get some quilting done, which is always great. Okay, so this month is, in my eyes, kind of easy, kind of like last month. Where's my month 3 pattern? Somewhere over here. Okay, month 3. Yay, month 3. Okay. So in month 3, we are making 3 different quilt sections, and we are making the embroidery hoops. So you're making block 8, 9, 10, and 11, putting it all together to make your month 3 section. Okay, so what I want to discuss really quick was about all the blocks and like some options that you can do. Let's talk first about block 8, which is the embroidery block. So let me show you in the quilt where this is at. So right here on the side, all the way down, first you have block 8, these embroidery hoops, okay? Then you have block 9, 10, right here, 9, 10, and 11 at the bottom, okay? And the reason why I say this section is super easy is because if you've made a quilt before, that's all you're doing right here. You're making little quilts. So a little pinwheel quilt, a little patchwork quilt, and a traditional star quilt right there at the bottom with your sashing and your cornerstones. it is no different than making a traditional quilt. So this is going to be a breeze for you. The only thing you probably haven't done, or maybe have done, are your embroidery hoops. But I want to give you some fun ideas that you can do if you're like, I don't love them. I'm not a fan of them, right? So in all honesty, originally when I designed this quilt, I'm like, oh, there is a big white blank space above my quilt ladder. What should I put there? And nothing felt right. I did framed art, I did framed fabric, and I was like, well, let's do some embroidery hoops. So let's talk about what you can do if you don't want to do the embroidery hoops, or ideas if you're like, I like them, but I want to take it a step further. You guys have really inspired me to get creative, more creative on what you can do in your quilt. So I have some ideas for you. So one thing you can do, well, hold on, let me get the quilt and have the embroidery hoops showing so I can talk about them as, oh, I folded it. Okay, there we go. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about up close, your embroidery hoops right here. So you got 3. You've got a bigger one and 2 smaller ones. So what you could do is if you can print on fabric, you could make those family pictures. How stinking cute would that be? So if you have grandchildren or you just want your family all together in these, maybe you have one grandchild here, one here, and then the whole family in this one, that could be super cute. Another one is to fussy cut your favorite fabrics. I know you all have fabrics that have a cute little scene on them that you're like, how can I highlight that fabric in a quilt? Now you can. So definitely highlight something in these hoops. I believe this hoop is a 5.5-inch piece of fabric, and these are both 4.5-inch pieces of fabric, so you can get a lot in there. Also, if you want to hand embroider some cute sayings, maybe you make these solid fabrics and you hand embroider like, I love quilting, or quilting is the best, or quilting is my therapy. If you're one that really loves to hand embroider, get creative. You could also make those beautiful hand embroidered flowers, just something there to make it extra special. Also, you can make a cute little quilt block. Again, this is 4.5-inch unfinished. So if you have a 4.5-inch unfinished quilt block that you love, you can make 2 of them. And if you have a 5.5-inch quilt block that you love, you can put one in there, or mix and match everything, or get creative and turn the entire hoops into something else. If you want to do one framed picture or artwork, you could totally do that too, or you can totally just leave it out. Just put the size of the block as the background fabric and you're good to go. So it's totally up to you. If you're like, I don't really like those itty bitty pieces at the top, because I do, and I love making you do them, you're going to be like, okay, we're not doing that. And that's totally fine. Remember, this is your quilt. If you want to do something different, please do. Remember, what you can't do is look back later and be like, I wish I would have done that. If you just do it, you're going to be happy with it. So feel free to do some fun design liberties on that one. Let me read a couple of comments. Oh, Linda said this quilt is addictive. I have to finish in April as I will be on vacation in May. Yes, get the quilt done. Get it done. Let's see. Gwen, to decide if I want to change from pattern. I know it's hard because you're also thinking like, oh no, what if I make a wrong choice? Or what if I don't love it? Or what if it doesn't come out to the right size? I get it. I get how hard it can be. Okay, Patty said, Karen, love that idea. What idea did Karen say? Let me see. Karen said, I think I will try to frame a sunbonnet girl from the panel. Karen, you are genius. Genius, Karen. I love that. Yes. So Karen is thinking of framing one of the sunbonnet girls from the panel. And you all know my sunbonnet line with the little girls. They're so cute. And Rhonda, I actually didn't know what they were. Totally fine. Yeah. I have had an email saying, what are those things above the quilt ladder? Don't worry, they're embroidery hoops, or they can be whatever you want them to be. So you're not offending me at all. And then let's see. Made one. Okay, so Rhonda also said made one mistake on the T-top, placing it upside down. Okay, yep, I can see that. And then Terrence, I have a Sunbonnet Sue block framed in on my, okay, I have a Sunbonnet Sue block framed on my quilt room wall. I am going to try that. That is so fun. That is so fun. Pamela said she was thinking hexies. You could do those too. Yeah. Or you could do like 2 Dresden plates or 2 hexagons or 3 hexagons or grandmother's flower garden. So totally up to you. Yeah. Okay. So Jenny said, or Janny said, I thought they were Christmas ornaments. That's exactly what a lot of you thought. Why not make them? Put a little string going down and make them a Christmas ornament. Put a little bow ribbon. That would be cute. Bye, Patty. Thanks for being here. She said she has to catch the rest later. All right. So I want to talk about, so again, possibilities are endless to make this your own if you love to stray from a pattern. Totally fine. Let's talk about blocks 9, 10, and 11, the quilt sections. So for block 9, you're making these pinwheels and you're making 2 at a time. So if you want to watch the skill builder video, it is skill builder video. I always say that wrong. It is, let's see, what are those? Half square triangles. You can watch video number 4 to see how those are done or follow your pattern. Totally fine. The next block is your patchwork quilt, which is right here, that one. And then the next one is just the traditional stars. So something I wanted to give you some ideas on, if you're like, I do not like making pinwheels, they're not my favorite, you don't have to. If you prefer to make this patchwork quilt go all the way up, totally fine. Also, if you're out of fabric on one of your SKUs because either you miscut or you wanted to change fabric somewhere else, you don't have to follow the fabric placement. This is random and scrappy. Or if you want to change like this blue all the way over here to match the blues and have all the pinks and then the greens in one row, totally fine as well. If you want to do another block here instead of pinwheels or do mix and match pinwheels with patchwork, it's totally up to you. If you're like, I love a lot of detail and these patchwork blocks are boring, you could totally bring the pinwheels down and have, on a quilt ladder, you don't always see them evenly distributed on the quilt ladder. You can have one and then another one on the bottom. So feel free to make design liberties. I'd have to look in the pattern to know what size this is. I think this is a 4.5 inch unfinished square, and this one's 2.5 by 4.5. So you can even put some cute little quilt blocks in there to dress it up if you want more detail. But this one is fun too. If you want to make those into different blocks down there or keep them as is, or instead of having a pink middle, make it a different color or do the background as the middle, totally a fun option too. Again, totally customizable, so much fun, and I cannot wait to see what you do. I hope that gives you a couple of ideas. If you're like, how can I dress this up a little more or change things? Or maybe you've seen somebody else change some things. You're like, oh, maybe I want to do that too. Let's see. Candace, you're fine. She says, sorry, I'm late. You're never late. That's okay. And then I'm thinking of doing some cross stitch for them. That is such a good idea. I have some cross stitch fake fabric that is water soluble that sticks onto fabric. Forgot what it's called. I don't know the name either, but that's a really awesome idea. I agree. That would be super pretty. Definitely mix and match your mediums. So like cross stitch, hand embroidery. I don't know if crochet would work, but you could crochet something. Definitely wait till it's quilted and then put it on. Let's see, Janny, I love the Dresden idea too, but would have to do the math. Yes, so that is one thing is I won't have any math for you. I do apologize. On any time I give you some other suggestions, I'm just blurting them out, not necessarily knowing if they're going to work or not. But I know all of you are fully capable on figuring it out and sharing too. I know you guys love to share in the group what you've changed and if there was some additional math work that you had to do. Cindy made it during a live. Yay! And then let's see. Back stitch. Okay, Sunbonnet Sue. All right, perfect. All right, okay. Let me make sure. Okay, I want to talk about the block walkthrough. I actually haven't filmed that yet. So long story short, I hired a new employee. Yay. You guys know I have been in the market for a new employee for a while. And I finally dove in head first and decided it is time. About a month ago, I started interviewing candidates for brand coordinator, and I forgot the rest of her title. But she is helping me with everything. Her name is Taylor. She's amazing. She catches on super quick. She's just the cutest thing ever, and we're having so much fun. And so you might have noticed that I'm getting a little better at answering emails, or faster at answering emails. We've just had significant growth the past couple of years, and I explain it like I am steering a huge ship by myself, and or a train, the train, and I'm holding on, right? And I'm flying in the back like, I'll get it done. And it is not healthy. I love what I do. I love what I do. I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful, but it was so time to hire some help. And so we got the office all ready, and she started working on March 2nd, and she's already doing some amazing things. Like we're getting all of our kits cut now, and just trying to get a hold of everything in this business and get our customer service back where we want it, and all of our graphics and all of the things that I have crazy ideas for, getting them out for you guys to be able to enjoy. So, and you already know that I have some part-time help too with DD packaging all of our things, and my son and my husband obviously are still here. But it's been great to have somebody kind of like truly integrated in the business to help with everything. And so this won't be the last hire we make, but she's our guinea pig, Lucky Taylor. But it's been really great. And so I haven't had as much time as I would like because we're still in the training process, and I'm trying to get all these kits out and gear up for goodie boxes and still manage everything else we're doing. And so I haven't had a chance yet, but I don't think you're going to have any problem making these blocks. The only things you need to know of is working for small pieces if you're doing the embroidery hoops or Christmas ornaments. That little tiny spot with the little silver piece, those are small pieces. And then you just need your corner squares and half square triangles and a couple of flying geese. But everything else is so simple. You guys have already done all these techniques, so I have so much faith that you're gonna be just fine. But I will get that up there just so I can talk to you guys more and you can see me. Oh, that's so awesome. You guys are welcoming Taylor. I'm gonna have we're gonna get headshots soon, and then we're making some fun cards to ship out in boxes to like introduce my team, and we're gonna update the website. And so you're gonna get to know her. I'll probably make her come over and do a live one day. And I'm teasing at her. I'm like, you want to learn to quilt? You want to learn to quilt? And so I know if I keep doing that, she'll be like, sure. So maybe we could do a fun video. She does cross stitch, or has. I don't know if she still does, but she's newly engaged. She's moving here from Charlotte. She's got a lot of life changes. So once she gets settled, we won't tell her, but she's going to quilt. She's going to quilt. I know she's going to quilt. You guys know that I'm going to get her to quilt, right? You guys know. Okay, so enough about Taylor. She's amazing. I want to know, out of month 3, which block are you most excited to make? Is it the ornaments or is it the quilt ladder? I just love the quilt ladder. I think that was my favorite part because it's kind of like you're already making a quilt just like normal, and then you're putting it together on that ladder. So let me know in the chat what you're most excited to make for month 3. I want to know. Okay, everybody's saying the quilt ladder. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's going to be a breeze for you guys. I'm so excited for you to do it. Okay, so I want to talk about one more thing or 2 more things with month 3. Yeah, I've got my outline. You guys know I need an outline or I get off topic. So we have our first Zoom meetup this month. Are you guys excited? I know you guys are still posting in the chat what your favorite month 3 block is, but we have our first month 3 Zoom meetup this month. Okay. If you got the email this morning, I sent it about 10 or 11 Eastern Standard Time. So you will see that I am going to do 2 Zoom meetups. They're different days and different times. This is because we've had the largest number of participants participate in the Quilt Room block of the month, which is great. It's awesome. I'm so excited. But normally when we do our Zoom meetups, they last about 2 hours. There's about 15 to 25 of us on there. And we are showing our progress, talking. If we have time, I'll show things at the end. But because we do have a lot of participants, I need to know how many of you want to be on one Zoom or the other. Please don't be on both, because I need to make sure we have enough space for everybody. Because what I don't want to happen is I don't want to have 100 people on one of the calls and we can't get through everything. It's hard to hear because we're all talking over each other and I can't see all your beautiful faces. And so I want to keep it so small and intimate. And I know not everybody can join, which it's fine. But in the email, I gave you 2 or 3 options. One of the options for our Zoom meetup is March 28th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The other one, both of them are Saturdays because I no longer have my weeknights available. Remember, I mentioned baseball. The other one is April 4th at 7 p.m. Okay. The other option I put is I'll watch the recording. Now, if you've been with me before, you know I usually record them, but our Cozy Cottage month 6 or 8 Zoom meetup, I forgot to record. So I'm telling all of you now, when we hop on a call, when it's Zoom, everybody needs to be like, Heather, record, hit the record button so I can record it. Now, if you cannot make either of those, that's fine. Click, I will watch the recorded Zoom meetup or whatever I wrote there. If you can make both, pick one. Okay. I am going to send out a sign up sheet and it's almost going to be like first come, first serve. And if I have so many filled up on both, I will open up another weekend or another time. Now for the Zoom meetup, I am going to record both. I just have to remember to record both. But I think after extremely failing to record that Cozy Cottage Zoom meetup, I feel awful about it. I think I'll remember to record here on out, but I'm going to need you to help me remember. But yes, both will be recorded. I plan to talk, if I'm showing something, I plan to talk about the same things, but conversation and everybody else sharing is obviously going to be different. So if you watch one, you can always go and watch the other one later. Or if you've joined one, you can then watch the replay on the other one. But it's okay. It's okay, Linda. This one wasn't signing up for one. She said, whoops, I already signed up for both dates. This was just so I can get an idea of, are we going to have a good balance? Are 150 people going to this one and 5 going to this one? So it just gave me an idea. In a few, probably a week or so, I'm going to send out actual signups for each weekend. And so you can go in and pick one or the other. So don't worry about if you need to change or if you accidentally messed up. It was just so I could get a quick idea of what I was also working with here. So be sure to go in that email and pick one, or say you'll watch the recording. Now, as always, you do not have to show your face. You do not have to share your progress. If you just want to be on the call and just see everybody else, that is perfectly fine. I might actually accidentally be like, hey, Linda, do you want to share? And if I don't hear anything, you can just know that I'll take that as a no. Or you can be like, no, not next time. It's fine. But know that you can be on the call and you don't have to share. You don't have to show your face or anything if you wanted to watch it live. But both will be available and replay. Kim, I want to research that if I can go ahead and set up the meeting to auto record, because I think that would be very helpful. Okay, and I will send that out. I will also send out about 3 days if it's, let's just say you're going to be on the March 28th Zoom call. I will send out an email letting you know the link and all the things that you need to know in order to join. Okay. So don't freak out. It'll be a couple days before, that way that the email is still fresh. I'll also put all that information into the main hub, but please, it'll go out to everybody. So please, if you're signed up for the April 4th one, don't join the March 28th one. Although I would love for you to be there. But there's no way to really send it unless I have you sign up and put your email, and then I personally email all of you in that call. Maybe I'll do that. I haven't looked enough to figure out what I could do for that. So just know we have to change it up a little bit for this time. But I'm excited to see all your progress. Even if you don't have month 1 all the way finished, you can still join, show what you have, or if you have your whole quilt finished, you can still share that too. So just know it's just our month 3 bonus kind of thing we're doing for the Zoom meetup. Okay, enough about that. Let's get into our winners. So we have 6 month 3 winners. 6 month 3 winners. We have Lainey from the email list. We have Teresa from the email list and Gina from the email list. From our social share winners, we have Karen from Facebook, Tina from Facebook, and on Instagram, I'm not sure I remember, maybe it might be Susan. It's Lammy Girl. Sorry, at Lammy Girl. If you were an email list winner, I have emailed you letting you know you are a winner. So be sure to check your email. It'll be from heather@mysocquiltylife.com. If you were a social share winner, I either commented on your post or messaged you that you are a winner. And just as a reminder, winners are randomly selected. So I don't just go in and pick my favorites. I literally randomly select. And then let's see. Don't forget, prizes are $50 to $70, even $100 retail value. And I send you a prize list of about 20 things. I have 6 prize lists. So I have a lot of prizes downstairs that need claimed. So I need winners, right? And one day I'll show you all those prizes so you can kind of get excited. But it's anywhere from new and old fabric. What I mean by old is it could be a cottage charm layer cake. That's about a year old, or it could be like Blueprint, or it could be Trinketry, or however you say Ruby Star's new line that has already shipped. So it's fabric that's already shipped. It could be goodie boxes. Pastel Prairie goodie box is always a really good one. We'll have Handmade Sweetness ones, and then just other fun things, PDF patterns, just a fun mix of things that you can choose, because I love to send you a long list of things you can choose from, so you're getting something you'll actually use and want. So just know we have some awesome prizes. All right, let's go ahead and look ahead to month 4 really quick before we kind of transitioned into the what's new around here, because you all know something is new, and I'm sure you guys are like, is she going to show it tonight? Okay, month 4 is the other side of our quilt. We have a lot of detail here. So that's why I said I think month 3 is going to be easier, but I think month 4 is not hard. It's just more small pieces, because you know you love small pieces. You love small pieces. But we're going to make block 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So you have some cute little knitting needles up here with some yarn. Above the bookshelf, you got your buttons with jars. You've got some bobbins with the only flower really in this quilt. And then you have your quilt books and your bolts of fabric and your scraps all in this adorable bookshelf. So that's something to look forward to. So I do highly suggest, if you have sewing time and you get done with month 3, go ahead and either start cutting out month 4 or start planning how you're going to tackle it, because I do think this one's going to take you a little bit longer, but it's going to be so worth it. I want to show you really quick what it looks like. It's the other side of our quilt right here. Right there. So you've got, I don't know if you can see, but you got your knitting needles and your buttons and your bobbins. And then you've got your fabric bolts and your scraps right there. So that's what you can look forward to for month 4. And I wrote down here, build excitement for the next section. Yeah, I'm excited for you, because I feel like once blocks or month 1 through 4 is done, you only have the top left and the bottom left. Right down here, I believe. No, you already did that. You guys already did the bottom, right? Or not? No, you haven't done that yet. Maybe I should just look at my pattern and I would know. But if I can grab this, you're making that top where it says the banner with quilt, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're making that bottom bench, but you might have already made it, so I can't remember. But that's what you can look forward to. Okay, now, just some community reminders. Be sure to join the My So Quilty Life Quilty community on Facebook. We did have to adjust some rules, which I actually mentioned last time. You have to agree, if you're going to join, you have to agree to the rules. And please, please, please don't post any parts of the patterns on Facebook or any social media, any part of the instructions or anything. And also your posts in the group should contain either My So Quilty Life patterns or fabrics. There have been an increase of people joining the group, and I approve them, and then they're posting things that don't really pertain to us in My So Quilty Life or fabric or patterns. And so I have to deny or decline the post, and I always feel so bad. So there are tons of groups for you to post things that are not mine or my fabrics. A ton. I mean, there's hundreds of groups. And so all I ask is you just post stuff that pertains to my fabric and patterns. So really quick, I'm going to look in the chat really quick. Krista said, congrats to all the winners. And let's see, Tori, you'll have to let us know and show us your labels. I think you were talking to, or Krista said that about Tori. I missed what Tori said. Somewhere up here, I forgot to mention I am taking a machine embroidery class tomorrow, and I'm going to make quilt labels for Flower Shop, Cozy Cottage, and Quilt Room. Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. I have thought about making, I used to do a needle minder and a cross stitch. I am going to do a cross stitch for Cozy Cottage and Quilt Room and Quilt Shop and all the others. It's just not as high on the list that I'd like. And I used to do a needle minder, but I am going to start doing quilt labels for my block of the months so that we can sew those into our quilts. I just haven't had time to get it all done. So, okay, let's move on to important housekeeping. Don't forget, do not share the main hub link or password in the group or anywhere publicly. And if you misplaced how to get into the main hub, you can always email me at customerservice@mysoquiltylife.com. I'm happy to help you, and I'm going to be quicker to help you because I have Taylor. All right, so let me see. Q&A section. If you have a question about anything, this is the time to post it in the chat, and I am going to answer it. But I do have two that kind of came in that I wrote down. One of the question is, how long after the BOM can I access all the content in the main hub? You will be able to always access it until I have to take it down, which I don't foresee in the next 10 or 15 years. I only have so much space on my website. I can always buy more. So the older block of the months, I'll start to see how many people are scanning the QR code and getting in. If it's not active anymore, I might just archive it or take it to a completely different web page, but you'll always be able to access all the stuff. So if you have to stop the block of the month, or maybe you haven't started yet, which is totally fine too, or maybe you're watching this 5 years down the line and you just started, you're going to be able to access all that content. So don't worry if you haven't gone and accessed any of it yet, you will. And then you guys, I forgot to put binding instructions in the pattern. What was I thinking? You guys don't need to know how many strips of binding you need to cut in order to do this quilt, do you? So I'm going to tell you now. So write down this. I will constantly tell you I'll put it in the main hub, but in the pattern, I got so excited to get it done, I guess I forgot to write that you needed binding to finish your quilt. So the quilt uses 8 binding strips that are cut 2.5 inches wide by width of fabric. So you need 8. So from your binding, whatever that may be, if you're using sunbonnet fabric or another fabric, you need 8 2.5 inch by width of fabric strips. I forgot to add that to the patterns. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. I'll wait like a minute to see if you have any questions about Quilt Room or anything that I've talked about so far before I move on to some show and tell and some sneak peeks, which I think you guys are going to be so excited for. I'm so excited. So excited. Let me know in the chat if you have any questions at all. And I'm going to rearrange really quick and probably still talk to you and get some stuff ready here while I'm waiting. No peeking. No peeking. All right. So I'm going to talk about this first. I'm just reading the comment. I'm getting my, I would have to be up there. Yes, I can't see. All right. No questions. You guys are good. You guys are good. Oh, Bethany asks, what's the bonus block? So there's two different things that I'm calling bonuses. So you're getting a bonus dog block. So if you don't like the cat that's at the bottom, or you're not a cat person, you love dogs, there is a dog that you can make instead of the cat. The other bonus block that's currently in the main hub is the ruler replacement block. So if you don't want to make the rulers, I have some little pinwheels that you kind of construct into a pinwheel block. So like some half square triangles that make pinwheels on your design board above your sewing machine. And other than that, you will have a bonus pattern in month 4. I forgot to mention this. In month 4, you're going to have a bonus pattern that kind of takes elements from the quilt and puts them into a different project or quilt. And so you'll have that to look forward to on the month 4 kickoff to see what that is. But I hope that answers your question, Bethany. Okay. And Maria, will you be adding this binding info to the hub? Nah, you don't need it, right? Yes, I'll be adding it to the main hub under corrections. And then obviously I will keep talking about it each live. And then Pamela asks, how do I figure out what fabric for binding I use a different width? Okay, so Pamela uses 1.75 inch width by width of fabric. So Pamela, I'm going to tell you, let me get my calculator. This is how I calculate binding, okay? So I take my quilt size. Let's take how big the quilt is. If I can find that on the pattern, because I probably didn't put that either, right? I mean, knowing me, I was like, you guys don't need to know how big the quilt will be. Okay, right here on the cover. So I did. Whew. Okay, so the quilt is 70 inches by 70 inches. I'm going to do it in real time now for you. So each side is 70 inches, okay? So that's 70 times 4. 70 times 4 is 280 inches is how big the quilt is. Thank you, Tori. Tori has my back. She put 70 by 70. Okay, so there's 280 inches, right? Okay, so what I like to do is I like to divide that by 40, okay? So I divide it by 40. Now, most with the fabric is 40, 42 by 44, 45. But if you do your like angled, if you put your binding, sew it angled at an angle or straight, but I do it at an angle, you're losing some of that width. So I do it by 40. So 280 by 40 is 7, okay? So 7 strips on the dot. And you're like, Heather, hold on. You said I needed 8 strips. That's because if you're putting your binding on and you needed exactly 7 strips and you made exactly 7 strips, odds are you might not have enough to close your binding. So I upped it to 8. So you need 7 strips. We could up to 8. So let's up it to 8. So I'm just making it 8 now, 8 strips, okay? Times that by the width that you want your binding. So Pamela said she wants it 1.75 inches. So it's 8 times 1.75 is 14 inches that you'll need. Okay, so you will need 14 inches of fabric and cutting 8 1.75, 1 3/4 inch with the fabric or strips by width of fabric to make your binding. So you will definitely need, I would do a half a yard for that. So you had a little bit extra just in case you messed up or you cut wrong. So you needed 14 inches total, but you get 8 1 3/4 inch strips. Does that make sense, or did I just confuse all of you? It's actually easy. If you write it down on paper, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. But that's exactly how I do binding all the time. So I hope that helped, Pamela. And then Just a Real Girl, Z30L or 31, said, all of your quilts are just so stinking cute. Thank you so much. Thank you. Tori asked, was the fabric for the binding included in the kit? Yes. So, and it obviously, I can't say yes for every fabric shop or every quilt shop, but if you buy a kit, your fabric, binding, and everything to make that quilt top should be in your kit. If you got it from me, it was included in the kit. Always read your description to make sure, but that's industry standard whenever a quilt shop kits up anything to include the binding with the fabric for the quilt top. That will not include your backing fabric. So I hope that answered your question. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to something new and something sweet. So I know that we're past our normal time. So if you're like, I just wanted to watch the quilt room stuff, you can hop off. Don't worry. You can watch this back as a replay later, or if you have to leave. But now I'm going to show you my new fabric collection, Handmade Sweetness. Yay! You might be able to see right there. Boom. She's right there, although it's kind of hard to see. Okay, so I'm first going to start off by showing you all of the cap sets, just walking you through the collection just really quickly. I'm not going to focus on it too much because I have so much to still share with you. Oh my gosh, if I could get all this out. Okay, so I have all of my favorite colors, as you know, are always mostly in my collections. And you know I love my cream colorways. Can't have enough creams. I literally folded these things earlier so that they were easily accessible, and now they're like misbehaving. Okay, so we have Handmade Sweetness. Oh, look how pretty she is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's our main print. We have our white on white. This print, and that same print, we have it in our cream multicolor way. And then we've got my dainty florals, which you know I love. And some cute little posies, little flowers. And then my favorite, look at the bows. You guys, there's bows. I love it. I love it. So if you have been with me for a while, especially when I was just a pattern designer, not yet a fabric designer, I designed a ton of quilts with bows. I had hearts with bows. I had pumpkins with bows. I had snowmen and gingerbread men and flowers and baskets. I don't know if there was any more, but I had a ton of bows when they weren't cool yet. Like this was like 2020, 2021, 22. And then now they're cool. And I'm like, I still love bows. Now everybody does, which is great. But now everybody's designing with bows, which is hilarious. So that is the pink colorway, or the cream colorway. Now this is our pinks. You know I love pink. Love pink. So we've got our main floral, those little posies. You've got this fun kind of, I call it penny print, which are these little circles. I love that. I'm actually using that a ton. I love this doily print. So pretty. And look at this multicolored stripe. Look at the multicolored stripe. I love it. And then, of course, I have some flowers again in the pink colorway. And my checks. So cute. Or gingham. You can call it gingham, but I'm calling it my checks because it truly is actually checks. You just can't tell. It's more like a picnic print. And we've got the bows and the daisies again. And then with our cute little, I'm calling it a bow tie print, but it's actually not. So this fabric collection actually was inspired by all of my antique quilts. What I did is sometimes when you're designing fabric, you're like, what can I do again, right? It can be hard to come up with things. So I was like, let me look at all of my antique quilts. So I took all of my antique quilts and just dissected them. I just looked at the designs of all the pieces in them. And I was like, ooh, I really like the way they did that flower, or how they made it stand off the page. Or, ooh, I really liked, an example is this print right here. Those are actually squares put together. They look like bow ties, and they have a chunk missing out of them. There was a print in the antique quilt, which I'm going to do a video showing you those antique quilts later. But it was like really dense, and it had like all these squares. It really looked like a checkerboard pattern with this chunk taken out of them. And I was like, I really like that square with the chunk taken out of them. What can I do with that? And then that's how I did the bow tie pattern. So here's my posies, checks again. This one. Here's what I'm calling my bow tie. And then I absolutely love this one. So something I did differently, if you know about my fabric collections, you know they're always super light. And I always struggle with the main print. And that's because all the colors, which I love, always kind of blend in too much with the background and don't pop. So I, taking from the antique quilts, was like, ooh, what if I put like a little white border around them to make them pop off the background? And then what if I put like a darker blue border or a darker pink border around the fabric? Then I can use any background fabric and it'll pop off of that. So I was like, huh. So I was taking like a page from like the book of like 1930s reproduction, just trying to get better at making colors work and how I love them, because I always do struggle with those main prints. As much as I like them, I struggle with them the most. And then that is a green and pink stripe. And then you have your green and pink doily and your bows. Love that. And then there's those doilies. So stinking cute. And of course, you got to have the blues. So it's more of like a dusty blue. I haven't really done this blue. You might have seen something similar in Cottage Charm, but it is a different blue. We've got our flowers and those little pennies, which I love. That makes such a beautiful border and sashing. And then our blue with the pink. Blue with the pink. And then, guys, oh, look at this. Look at it. I don't know if you're able to see how pretty this is, but it's amazing. I love it. And then just some more checks. And this one I love, the blue bows. So cute. And then that one. And that is the collection. So pretty. So pretty. And then, of course, we have our Bella Solids, which I'm going to actually write a blog post because I have a ton of questions about what my Bella Solids are. So we'll link all the Bella Solids so that you can see it. But that is the collection. But wait, there's more. So I'm sorry I'm talking fast. I got a lot to share and I want to share it all. So we have our panel. You guys know I love a panel. So I have a panel in this collection. And you might notice the little sunbonnet girl. She's back in different colors. So this is actually antique quilt blocks that I found in a lot of my antique quilts or quilts that I love. So you have all the Dresden plate, the Grandmother's Flower Garden, sunbonnet, the lily, the stars. You might see that embroidered or the applique looking floral from Pastel Prairie. And then we have more. I don't know if you can see all the way at the bottom, but we have a really cute butterfly, which is actually what one of my quilts is based on, are all hand applique butterflies. Now this is printed, so you just cut this up and put it in a quilt. You know I love my panels. So they're so easy and they make really cute quilts. Now, in addition to the panel, I have another panel. It is called Labels and Things. And I called it Labels and Things because it has labels and other things. So I wanted to include not only labels, but different things that you could cut out. So we've got a quilt as a hug you can keep. We've got handmade, happy quilting, happy stitching. We've got these over here. These are 2.5-inch squares that are not in the collection that you could cut out, or either cut it all out and make a pot holder, or just add to the scrappiness of your collection, because I noticed in all of my antique quilts, they're all super scrappy. So you've got 2 of those, but you've got some beautiful quilt labels. It's just so fun. So fun. Okay. In addition to that, we also have some quilting cuddle. So Moda printed 10 different SKUs in the quilting cuddle. And if you haven't worked with cuddle yet, it is a little more difficult. So you just have to remember you're not sewing with quilting cotton. You're sewing with something else that's difficult and different. But I am going to start making my little quilt that I designed with it. And it's actually, I tested one of the blocks. It has all the hearts with a cute background. This was just a test piece, but this is the cuddle. So I was able to make this heart with the cuddle. So you will be able to too. And I'll give you lots of tips and tricks when I finish it. But here are the prints in the cuddle. So they're a little different, but we have several different, and then they printed the panel in the cuddle. So if you want to make a super soft baby quilt, you could cut this panel out, use one of these colors for your sashing, or you could just literally bind and quilt this panel and put a soft fuzzy cuddle on the back, and you have yourself a cute little baby quilt. So look how cute it is. Love it, love it, love it. I haven't had much time to sew with it yet, just because I've gotten, a new employee to get started and all the other things that we're still doing, but I'm excited to sit down and sew with it. So I wanted to show you really quick. Sorry, it's so much. Hang in there with me, guys. Hang in there. So I wanted to show you guys something, and this isn't something that all of you get to see, especially not a physical printed copy. So Here is the Moda piece catalog. I'm on the cover, you guys. I'm cover girl. Huh, look, that's me. So Moda asked me if I would like to be the featured designer and be on the cover and everything. And if you remember, back when I moved into the house, I had like 2 days to get this room looking good so that my photographer could take these pictures. That's what I was taking the pictures for, to be on the cover. So you can check this catalog out digitally online. I have a link in my bio in Instagram, My So Quilty Life. You can see a link. You can also go to modafabrics.com. There's a button that you could write or click catalogs, and it'll take you to the most recent, as well as you can see all the other catalogs digitally. There's a fun little write-up about me in here. This is just the index telling you what's in here. But this is the fun little write-up about me and my family and my studio and kind of my journey to get here. And you should definitely read it. So fun. And we also, if you keep going in here, you can see all the different patterns I have, which I'll talk about in just a second. In this catalog, you can also talk about the collection and see all of the SKUs in the collection, as well as the Bella solids. So if there are Bella solids that coordinate with the fabric collection, Moda puts them right here next to their collection in the catalog. I don't know if you knew that yet. Thank you guys so much. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Then it shows the panels, and then there's more. It shows some products and my next block of the month, which leads me to talk about my next block of the month. I'm so excited. So I hope that you can see it. Let me just do it this way. You guys, look, it's called Quilt Shop Block of the Month. You've probably seen me talk about it on my website and email and social media, but this one starts January 2027, and we're making a quilt shop with the Handmade Sweetness fabric. Look how stinking adorable. So if you are having so much fun with the Quilt Room, be sure to sign up for the Quilt Shop Block of the Month. I'm going to get them confused. It's Quilt Room and Quilt Shop. So check your favorite quilt shop to see if they're going to be kitting it up. If they're not, say, hey, kit this up for me. Or you can find kits online, but obviously we support our favorite shops. And so I hope you sew with me on this. I'm about to start making it. And of course, you're going to get to see all of my progress on social media. And I'll be showing you the finished quilt and all my progress here on probably our next live. I should have at least some blocks done, if not more. Anyway, it's going to be fun. I love it. I have some fun things planned with it. And you're going to make all of the fun little sewing notions and things, and it's going to be fun. Also, we have some new products. This is just a couple of them. We've got some zipper charms, needle minders, notepads, binding holders, labels, and greeting cards. If you go to mysoquiltylife.com, go under the fabric collections or fabric tab, you will see Handmade Sweetness fabric. And if you click there, I tell you everything that's coming with the fabric. There are more products that are not picked up by Moda. So be sure to check out your favorite quilt shop to see if they're going to carry those products, or you can find them for pre-order at mysoquiltylife.com. And then it just talks about all of the cuddle fabric. You have to look at this catalog. There is some really great collections in this bucket, is what we call it, in this catalog. Camille, Corey has some amazing collection. And so be sure to check this out, and then also see that me, I'm on there. That's me. Do I look like that? Okay, so let's see. I wanted to show you really quick. I said I would show you my new patterns. Again, you can see these online better. So if you're like, I can't really see that, go to mysoquiltylife.com so you can see. So we do have a Moda box kit, meaning it comes in that cute cardboard box with all the fabric you need to make the top and the binding. That is Sweetie. It's a bow quilt with hearts, and it's got a cute scalloped edged piece border. Super cute. It's 64 by 80. So be sure to check that out. It's so cute. I cannot wait. I have that quilt cut out up there. I need to finish it. I also have a cute, which came in the Moda mail, a cute little pattern that you can get from your local quilt shop or through mysoquiltylife.com that makes a pillow. So I want to show you, because one thing I did finish is the pillow. Look how cute. Although the fabric is kind of washed out on the camera, this is what it looks like. It uses one mini charm, just one mini charm, and then some background, some binding, and then I put this backing, and then I just do a little little opening for the backing. So cute, so cute. So you'll have to check that out. And then we have little trinkets, which is this one. It comes in 2 colorways. One as low volume and one is pink. We have Blue Beauty and Peace with Love right here. And then I told you we have that applique pattern. That's the butterfly one. So excited about that. And then this is my panel pattern. Now, I don't have any free panel patterns this time, but don't freak out. I have a ton already made with other fabric collections. So all you need to do is just go download the other ones and then put this panel in it. So those are my quilts. Again, quilt shop. Don't forget, isn't that cute? So I wanted to show you really quick one of the quilts that are finished. My sample maker, Jolie Sisney, you may know her. She's one of my good friends. She lives in Missouri. She will usually make a couple of my samples for me. She's actually making 3 because I have no time to do them. But she got the Blue Beauty done, and I wanted to show that. So get ready to be amazed. This is my first blue and white quilt I've ever designed. It is amazing. So here she is. Look how stunning this quilt is. I am so in love with this quilt. She did an amazing job. Her points are better than I would ever be able to do. And it is so stinking cute. You're making big quilt blocks and then sashing it with those 9 patches. And I just think it is so beautiful. So beautiful. Now, one thing I want to mention about Jolie is she just lost her mama. So everybody in the chat, because I know she'll watch this later, give her some love because she just lost her mama and I feel so bad. And I've been thinking and praying for her. And I'm like, don't worry about getting my samples done. Family's more important. But she was able to get this one all done. And I'm going to send this off to Gina, Tell my quilter, very soon. Thank you guys so much for sending her love. I know she's hurting. So anyway, that is Blue Beauty, and that name just matches it so perfectly. All right. I also want to talk really quick. There is a signature Quilty box. You know, I love designing those. So there is one for Handmade Sweetness. It is available for pre-order on my website. So be sure to grab your box. It won't ship till the fabric releases. The fabric ships in September 2026. So the box will probably ship in October. So just know that. If you're waiting on your Pastel Prairie signature quilt box, again, that will ship later this month. And let's see, I wanted to really quickly to shift gears. I wanted to show you, you guys know we're doing another block of the month. It's my yearly block of the month, Year of Strawberries. So really quick, I wanted to show you those blocks. We have 3 done because now it's March. You guys already saw this first one, I think. I don't know if I ended up showing you the second one. So this is the first block, Year of Strawberries, January block. How stinking cute is that? I love doing these yearly block of the months because I aim to use fabric that's not mine, even though this yellow is mine. I used a mix of Sherry and Chelsea's and Camille fabric, and it's just like a palette cleanser for me. So I really love to use other fabrics and support other designers. This one is your February block, Strawberry Jam. Look, cute little strawberry jam with some pinwheels. So if you're not joining this block of the month, you totally should. It's a lot of fun. You get 1 new strawberry themed block each month. A coloring page and a couple other things are in the main hub for you. You can buy the pre-order pattern bundle where you can get the block each month, or you can go into my website and purchase the block each month as they release. This is our March block. This is Strawberry Cake with a cute little bow. Isn't that so cute? So this is our strawberry block of the month. If you're not joining us, you totally should. Or just look in the group and see what everybody's making because it's so cool to see what everybody's making. Okay, so wrapping up, I do want to thank you all for joining this fun kickoff for month 3, and I'm excited to see all of your month 3 progress pop up on social media. Don't forget to share using our special hashtag Quilt Room BOM and tag me at MySoQuiltyLife so I can see it as well. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to head to that main hub to get some of your resources, like your bingo card. Let's see, I have my bingo card here. You should be able to cross out a lot of things on your bingo card. So let me know in the chat if you've already got bingo. Again, it tells you what to do with those bingos at the end of the block of the month. But you guys should have this sheet pretty much marked off a lot of spaces. So remember, this is another way that you can get prizes. And don't forget to utilize your progress tracker I created for you so that you can stay on track and instantly turn to this page in your workbook and know where you are. So don't forget about those resources and all the other things in the main hub that I have for you. I'm excited for you to get started on month 3, but before we go, I have a giveaway for you. So I want to show you what the giveaway is really quick. So Moda sends out Moda mail to every quilt shop, and they sent me some leftover boxes, so just the box. So this is what it looks like. This is what your quilt shops get mailed. It's called Moda mail. It has the catalog and all these different resources for quilt shops, some fabric, some fun things. But I did something fun for one of you. So I stuffed this, kind of like a pizza box. I stuffed this with something. Anybody know what's in here? Comment in the chat if you know what's in this box. I'll give you a minute to think. What could possibly be in this box that one of you are going to be able to win? Let me know. Somebody post in the chat. The panel. Karen, that's a great idea, but that is incorrect. Okay, Pamela. Fabric, handmade sweetness, pattern, the matching panel. Okay. Prairie. Oh, okay. Needle minder. Okay. Fabric. Okay. So if you voted fabric, that's what's in here. So let me show you. I stuffed, when Moda makes those cap sets, the things I showed the fabric on, they send us all the leftover cuttings and we make scrap bags with those. I haven't yet put my scrap bags on my website, but one of you are going to get it first. So there are 2 pounds of handmade sweetness scraps in this box. Look at this. Oh my goodness. All of these scraps that you can make something beautiful. It's the entire collection. Some are an inch wide. Some are about 8 inches wide. So look at this. All of the fabric that you can get a head start making some handmade sweetness quilts, or if you're making a scrappy quilt, just throwing all the scraps in there with all the other collections you have of mine. But this is 2 pounds. That's a lot of fabric for one of you. So you have to wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of you are super excited. Yeah. And you're getting this box. And I'm hoping to send it in another box, like this pretty box inside of another box. Because you guys know how I like to make sure things stay cute for you. Just like the Quilty boxes, I put that cute box in a shipping box. So the cute box you can save. So I'm hoping to find a box that I can put this entire thing in, and one of you are going to win. Now, here are the details. You have to wait till the video is completely over and come back. And here's what I want you to post, okay, in a comment. So, and the giveaway will end. Let's see. Let me get a date really quick for you. Okay, today's the 13th. The giveaway will end on the 27th. So by the 27th, you just have to make your post or your comment under the video. So I'm starting to plan my next fabric collection. And usually that's due June 1st to Moda. Usually what I do is send them a bunch of different ideas. And so I'm starting to plan those ideas, and I kind of let them pick which ones they want me to start on first, or what they think they want to see. And so I want to know from you, what would be a good theme to do, and what color ideas do you think would be a great collection coming from me? Okay, so after the video is over, you're going to come back and you're going to post your answer to that. Again, what fabric collection theme you would love for me to design for Moda, and what color scheme that could be in. So again, wait till the video is over and come back, and one of you are going to win this cute box with 2 pounds of handmade sweetness scraps. So I just want to thank you guys so much for hopping on. I know we went so much longer than we normally do, but I just had so much to show you. I always like to show you extra things, and I had a lot to talk about tonight. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. I hope you guys have a great, you guys know I mess up all my words. a great quilty weekend and get some progress done on your quilt room. And I will check in soon with the Zoom meetup information. And I can't wait to see your answers for what my next fabric collection will be. Maybe you'll see that as a design in one of your shops soon. So you guys have a great night and a happy quilty weekend. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.